Hello everyone, this is Hachiri and we are back in FTB Interactions. Now, we have been working on a few things. We went ahead and made a weekend activation crystal and a ritual diviner, working towards getting prepared for blood magic during the stream, but I figured I would take a moment to just kind of recap some of the stuff that happened since the last recording during the stream. So most of this you saw during the last episode. We finished the automation of this. We got all this set up. One thing you didn't see though is the sparks. We set up sparks with the potency, or not potency, but recessive augments, which is the runes, pixie dust, mana, rune being this particular thing. As you see, we have a another spark here, and this one is the dominant, and it's the fire rune as seen right here. Otherwise, it's basically the same. Pixie Dust, which is Mana Pearl, Stable Mana, Eye of Ender. It's just the standard. So, what this does is the recessive sends mana out of the pools, and the dominant pulls mana from pools. Okay? So, what it's going to do is when it sends this mana out, it's going to fill any pool or any item with a dominant first. Okay, such as there's actually dominant sparks in here as well. So it's going to fill all of those pools first, and then it's going to fill all of these other pools. The dominants are going to pull from any pool with a base spark or a spark with a recessive augment. And as you see here, we have ourselves a wonderful little mana battery, as I jokingly call it. This gives us essentially all the mana we're going to need. That should be more than enough mana to keep us going. And it's infinite. As you see, this system filled it up. It took about 2 days, I think. Thereabouts 2 days to fill it up from the time we finished the last recording until today. Actually, it's about a day and a half. About a day and a half has passed. And it filled 49 plus, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be 56 fabulous mana pools, which is the same amount. So we have 56 million mana here, all told. Not counting what's held in the spreaders. We got about 56 million mana all over the place. And the great thing about the dominant sparks is if all of these were empty, okay, and say I'm running something on this, these dominant sparks will also pull from other dominant sparks if they're not active. So these spare pools here are like a last resort. But it will pull from those if they're active. So that's what we built during the stream, off recording. We got that built. Other than that, one other thing we did is I made some more chickens. I made the fluorine chickens here. I made a whole bunch of 10-10 fluorine chickens. So we got that sorted. And I made some other chickens. And I got a good amount of roosts here. And that's so that we can get some other things going here soon. We'll build ourselves a chicken area. So this chamber that you probably didn't notice was a chamber, because everything looks like corp. This chamber is going to store a lot of stuff for astral sorcery and astral sorcery related products. Eventually, now that we have access to resonating gems, we will be making collector crystals. We will be moving our astral sorcery stuff over here, specifically on top. And I have a whole bunch of stuff here. And what this is for the Sky Cauldron. Now this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is a 7 high structure. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are just barely tall enough. So it's a 7 high structure. And what this is for, if you take a look at the Sky Cauldron, if I can type, and what it's used for, it's used for taking various items and converting them into new versions. One such item is a primordial nodal to a primordial pearl. Now this is very important because we actually get a primordial nodal as a reward for one of the quests. The other thing is it takes basically a normal celestial crystal. This is not attuned. It is normal only. And it turns it into 100 purity, 100 cutting celestial crystal. So all you have to do is toss it in Starlight to increase its size. That's a big deal. The other thing this does is it creates the charged draconium, which is used for making awakened draconium. So we're going to be using this for quite a few things. Quite a few things. But I wanted to get this built on the stream today and just get this ready. This does still require the time block. It also has the laser outlet here. We will deal with that as well. We will get the laser built. I do not think... Yeah, I didn't build the laser. So we will get those built and get that stuff done. Alright, so let's just get that laser made. Outside of that, I did get a tank of sludge going. Our mana tank is climbing slowly but surely. And I did make a small amount of unstable mana. We may look at automating that, but I'm going to automate it with another system. Because I could just have it infinitely going, but we don't have... We'll run out of redstone well before we fill that tank with unstable mana. We may run about LP too. So the mechanism laser, it's not too bad. Diamond lens, we got some lithium batteries here and some reinforced alloys. Now fortunately I planned ahead a little bit. I made a whole bunch of the alloy. I don't know if I put it in this chest or if I just shoved it in the system. Doesn't look to be here. I must have just shoved it into the system because I've actually started using this more. Yeah, I just shoved it in there. That's fine. I'm starting to not worry so much about the organization of the chests as I'm more worrying about can I find it. So we got this, and I need a diamond lens. Let's see. I don't have any diamond lenses, but I do have plates. So I'll grab one plate and we'll turn that into a diamond lens. We also need lithium batteries. Let's take a look and see how much lithium we got. That's arsenic. Okay, we do have lithium. And these are small batteries, so we only need 2. So we're good for that as well. Yeah. Alright, so let's shove that in there. That'll be done in a second. And let's go ahead and get these going. I think we're gonna need a couple of tin cable too. Oh, wrong area. So we'll get all this done. I think the next stream I do, the next long sprint of streaming, I think I'm going to rip all of this out. And we're going to kind of build out and set up a few things. I'm going to replace the floor, much to the delight of the streamers, or to people who watch the stream. We'll replace the floor. And we'll kind of get everything sorted. And this is how you know it's Minecraft. It's always storming. And I've turned that down so many times. So many times. Save that as dust. Alright. I don't believe this requires me to put it in. Yeah, it doesn't. Good. Alright, so we just need the lithium now and get that in the canning machine. We also need an MV. MV casing. We got the casing. Do we have the hole? No. So we'll make one. Alright, I'm done. I am done with the weather. It was down to like 5% sound and it's still the loudest thing on here. So we're done. We are getting rid of that. Alright, let's quickly can ourselves some batteries. We need to replace these chests as well. That may be another thing we do. So there's our laser. I think the last thing I'm gonna want is a specter coil. I'm getting really low on emeralds. You know what? Don't we have a reusable morb here somewhere? Yes. I think we'll capture ourselves a villager and put him over a hopper and have ourselves a little emerald factory. Although that could be considered cruel and unusual punishment. I don't know. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. Alright, so we just need the redstone coil, which we got over here, and actually I think I need redstone as well. Yeah, 4 redstone. Okay. Let's stick you right there for now. Alright, so we got our Spectre coil, we got our laser, so it's time to build ourselves a thingy. Now, I already have technically a method of infinite starlight. So what I may end up doing is assigning liquid starlight to one of these and then having it send to this. So we may set that up on here today too. But for right now, we are going to start building. We are going to start building this structure. So this is mostly a straightforward structure. I don't know why they have... Okay, so that's just a graphical bug. Alright. Cool. So it looks like we're going to be building a one of those collector crystal altars within this thing is what it looks like we're doing. So with that in mind, let's take a look here. We need how much space? This is a 7x7 structure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this will give us like 1 block all the way around. Do I want to set it up that way? Yeah, I think that'll work. Because then I can have input up, but yeah, that'll work. That'll be fine. So we have that as the first layer. Now, the second layer, let's switch to this, is just straight marble with the laser right there. So I'm going to want to move it out a little bit. Three, 4, 5. I'm going to want it out here. Or do I want it on the other side? Yeah, this will be on this side. Because looking at this, yeah, lasers on the back. All right. And actually, while we're thinking about it, we can preemptively place that there. Oh, it's filling up with power. All right, cool. So build this around like so. Make sure it's an actual square. Yep. All right, so that's that tier. The next tier, as you see, we have the various blocks on top here. We have an engraved marble right there. And we have ALF glass right here. Are these? That's the ruined. Okay. Okay, so chiseled on the corner, ruined in the middle, engraved in the center here. Okay. So and we need ALF glass on each corner. And we also need to go and get ourselves 8 buckets of Starlight. So we're going to grab this and temporarily just plop that there. Alright, so there's our Starlight. And we'll put that back in there. Alright, so that's this tier. Now the next tier has the engraved marble on top of there with a pillar here. Did I grab the pillar? No. So we got that, and we're gonna need these. And these are gonna go like so. The corners will also have ALF glass. And I believe the last bit is the parts. So the fluid goes in the back, item, output, okay. Let's temporarily put that right there. So this is the item input. That goes right there. The fluid input goes right there. And the item output right there. And the machine controller goes right there. And now we're going to need these. So I already know this is going to go right here. And there's always a space followed by a crystal. So I already know that's the setup for that. Taking a look at this though, the remaining items is just slabs all around with the sky stone over each machine part. Alright, so this should say it's a valid structure. Let's put the blueprint in. Sky Cauldron, Sky Cauldron. Missing input. So we're good. That is our Sky Cauldron. It is done. So now that we got that built, we can empower certain things. And we're going to work on that. We're going to get some of this stuff done. I believe the next thing we're going to do is we are going to first get this stuff put away in the bag. And I'll put these in here for right now. Don't quite know what I'm going to do with them just yet, but they're there. And we are going to... Do I have it on me before I go? No. So we're going to take this celestial crystal and some stardust. And we're going to buff this thing as practice. But we're also going to go ahead and get a tank set up. For this. So this isn't used. So this will be our Starlight tank. And actually, let's I don't know what this GPS marker is for. I have it set aside and I don't know what it's for. So we'll just reuse it. So I'm saving this marker. So eventually this setup is going to be moved. It's kind of crazy that we actually have all this, but we're going to collect all these drums of Starlight. And I'm gonna replace that. And what we're gonna do with this is I have a couple more of these fluid transfer nodes. So we're just gonna place this right here, have it insert, and we're gonna re-enable this system. So it looks like it's just disabled here. Okay. And have it start sending it in here and creating Starlight, which will be sent to the tank. And then here back at the tank, there's nothing here, but you see the Starlight is filling up. And it's being voided. It's being voided because of this. So we're going to whitelist Starlight. Get rid of the extract. And we're going to configure this thing to put it in. And then with all these tanks, we will empty them all. Alright, looks like I can't. Can I do it that way? No. Alright, so we got to do it this way. And what I'm going to do is alright, so that's empty. Empty. Alright. So that empties all of our Starlight, and now we have constant Starlight coming in. We got about 200 buckets there. We got 10 buckets there, plus I think that's like another 16 buckets right there. What we're going to do with this is this device, the Sky Cauldron, always uses Starlight as the fluid. And some require 50. So we may actually want to upgrade this before we attach it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and upgrade that. I still have the steel cell in here? Yes. So let's get that done. Alright, last one's finishing up. Alright, and that will help with that. That way we're future-proofed for the Sky Cauldron, because I don't think it takes any more than 2 stacks of items. Yeah, it's just the fluid that's different. Alright, so that should update here in a second. Let me check this. Okay. Looks like it's updated. So, we just gotta bind that to the Starlight now. So, we're gonna bind this block. Set this to 500. And bloop. And that will fill it up full of Starlight. Oh yeah, there we go. Excellent. So, just to test this, we need 12 and 1. So, let's see if it does its thing. There it goes. There we go. This does take a little bit though, doesn't it? Alright, so on the other side, we should have a perfect crystal. And there it is. And that's basically how you get your perfect crystals. Is just like that. Now we can make collector crystals with this. We can make all sorts of stuff. So with the Sky Cauldron going, that will allow us to move forward. I think the other thing I'm going to do, I'm just checking to see if I have any more rock crystals around here. I got 2 more. Alright, so I'm going to go hunting for rock crystals later, but we're going to go ahead and turn these into celestial crystals. Do I want to do it indoors? Yeah. Let's just set it up right here for now. I wonder if I could bucket out of this. Let's find out. Yep. Excellent. Alright, and then, first turn our magnet off. And is this magnet off? Yeah, it's off. Oh, come on. There we go. And what will happen is these will turn into little crystal nodes and they'll just grow. It takes time for them to grow. And basically these will be large crystals and they'll be emitting particles when they're finished. And we'll just let these grow here while we work on other things. And that's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it actually absorb from the other side. So we lost the stardust there. Good to know. You could also use this to reset crystals, like if you have one that's attuned and you want to reset it, you can always put the celestial back in there and do that. It will reset it to an unattuned crystal. So that's another thing about this. So basically, we just wait for these to mature. Now you can have a collector crystal pointing to it that will speed it up. We're not going to bother with that. We're just going to go about our business and let these grow. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's setting up the Sky Cauldron. And we will wrap up this episode with that. We got our Starlight automating and building up, and we got our Sky Cauldron set up. And with this, we'll be able to set up our collector crystal setups. We'll be able to upgrade all of our Lucerna rituals so that we can move around the base without being assaulted by deadly spiders. And I think what I'll do is, off camera, I will go ahead and get a bunch of these made, get them attuned to Lucerna, and make collector crystals for them, as well as the normal attuned crystals. And I'll just go through the process of getting these crafted. off camera. And then we'll upgrade all of our Lucerna rituals around together on the next episode. And that will be basically the next stage of things. The first one was getting Botania automated. The second one is getting the Lucerna upgraded, which is what we're doing here with the next episode. And then after we get the Lucerna rituals updated, we're going to look into getting our blood magic stuff going finally. Specifically, the automated LP, which we do have the Mob Agonizer, and the Mob Agonizer works. It does work. But we're going to also want to get some LP, some other form of LP going that can generate it without dealing with problems. So we're going to set up a couple of mob farms with stuff that generates infinity dust is what we're going to be doing. And one is going to be for Demon Will, one is going to be for the blood, and the blood one is just going to be feeding into an orb constantly so that we always have LP. And then from there, we'll also upgrade our altar, upgrade the runes in our altar, and start increasing our capacity and our sacrificial rating so that we can get more LP with the Mob Agonizer as well. But that's going to be it. That's what we got going on for the next steps. So we will wrap up here, and you guys have a wonderful day.